I hope that you're all doing well. In today's lesson, we'll do square roots and cube roots in grade 10 exponents. So before I start with the first few examples, I want to remind you guys about something. This is called a root. Okay, now there are different values that you'll be given here. For example, if there's a 2, then you should know that it's called a square root. But if there's a 3 here, it's called a cube root. Now, there are different ways in which you'll be expected to solve both your square and your cube roots. Let's start with the first example. If we have under our root, let's say x squared, y squared. When there's nothing here, just know that it's a square root. There's an invisible 2. Okay? So to solve this, let's write down our 2 there. So to solve this, we'll say inner divided by outer when dealing with our exponents. We start with the first variable, we have x. Okay? So on our side, we may do our calculations. We have x, so we'll say inner. Our inner is 2. Divided by our outer, which is 2. So this is 2 divided by 2, which is x. What is 2 divided by 2? 1. So you write down your x here. You know that you don't have to write down this 1. Now let's move to our second variable. We have y. This will be y. What is your inner? 2. So this will be inner divided by what is your outer? 2. So this is 2 divided by 2. This is y. What is 2 over 2? 1. So your answer will be y. Your final answer is therefore xy. That is when dealing with square roots. Now let's move to cube roots. If we have, let's say, a to the power 3 or a cubed, b cubed, we have a cube root. For cube roots, they'll usually give you this 3. But if there's nothing there, know that it's a square root. So how do we solve this? Remember, inner divided by outer for your exponents. Let's start with the first variable, which is a. What is our inner? 3. So you write down our 3 divided by what is our outer? 3 is equal to a. What is 3 over 3? It's 1. So you write down your a there. Let's move to our second variable. We have b. So you write down your b. What is our inner? 3 over what is your outer? 3. So this is 3 over 3, which is, you write down your b. What is 3 over 3? It's 1. So you write your answer here, b. You don't have to include the 1. And that is how we deal with square roots and cube roots. Now let's do a few examples. So let's try 9x to the power 8, y to the power 12. Remember, when you don't have a number there, it's a square root, so you have to write down your 2. So the first step will be to write your number with an exponent. So we have 9 there. Okay, you have to solve for that coefficient. To do so, let's find the square root of 9. And remember, you always look at that number. If it were 3, we'd have to find the cube root of a certain number there. So let's find the square root of 9. What is the square root of 9? It's 3. And remember, always verify with the calculator. So that means 3 can be written as 3 to the power 2. We'll find that number there. Okay? What is 3 to the power 2? It's 9. So we can rewrite this as, you write down your square root. You have 3 to the power 2, x to the power 8, and y to the power 12. Now let's solve. Remember, inner divided by outer. Okay, so we have inner over outer. Let's start with this 3. This will be 3. What is your inner? 2 over outer, which is 2. Your answer will be 3. What is 2 over 2? It's 1. So you write down your 3 there. And let's move to our first variable. We have x to the power 8. This will be x to the power 8 over, what is your outer, 2, which is x, what is 8 over 2? 4. X to the power 4. Now let's move to our second variable. We have y. So you write down your y. This will be 12. Your inner, what is your outer? 2. Which is y, what is 12 over 2? 6. Your final answer is 3x to the power 4, y to the power 6. Now let's do 216a to the power 15, b to the power 9, and you have a cube root as there's a 3 there. Okay? The first step, you have to write our number as an exponent. So we have 216. What is the cube root of 216? Verify with the calculator. You'll get 6. So that means you may write this as 6 to the power. You have to look at that number, 6 to the power 3. What is 6 cubed? 216. Again, verify with the calculator whenever you do these steps. So we may rewrite this entire thing as, we have our cube root, 6 to the power 3, right? A to the power 15, b to the power 9. Now let's apply our rules. Inner over outer. We start with 6 to the power 3. This will be 6. What is your inner? 3 over, what is your outer? 3. This is 6. What is 3 over 3? 1. So you may just write 6 there. Now let's move to our first variable. We have a to the power 15. This will be a to the power 15, which is your inner. What is your outer? 3, which is equal to a. What is 15 divided by 3? 5. So you write your a to the power 5 there. Now let's move to our last variable. You have b to the power 9. So what is your inner? 9 over, what is your outer? 3. This will be b to the power, what is 9 over 3? 3. So your final answer is 6a to the power 5, b to the power 3. This video was brought to you by Spotify. Whether you love discovering new music, listening to podcasts, or creating the perfect playlist, Spotify has something for everyone. With the free version, you can enjoy millions of songs anytime, anywhere. Want the ultimate experience? Upgrade to Spotify Premium to enjoy ad-free listening, offline downloads, unlimited skips, and even better sound quality. No interruptions, just non-stop music and entertainment wherever you go. Download Spotify today and start listening to music your way. Let's move to the third example. Now let's try 343 x to the power 12, y to the power 6. We have a cube root as there's a 3 there. How do we solve this? Step number 1, write your number as an exponent. We have 343. What is the cube root of 343? 7. So that means you may write 343 as 7 to the power 3, which is 343. So let's write the 7 to the power 3 under our cube root. 7 to the power 3, x to the power 12, y to the power 6. Now let's apply our laws. This will be inner divided by outer. So we have 7, 3, which is your inner, divided by outer, which is 3. Your answer is 7. What is 3 over 3? 1. So you write your 7 there. Let's move to x. This is x. Your inner is 12 and your outer is 3. Your answer is x. What is 12 over 3? 4. So you write your x to the power 4 there. Let's move to y. We have y to the power 6, which is your inner, over, what is your outer? 3. Your answer is y. What is 6 over 3? 2. You write our y to the power 2 there. So our final answer is 7x to the power 4 y squared. Let's try negative 27 f to the power 15 x to the power 18. What's the first step? You have to write down this negative 27 as an exponent. So what is the square root of negative 27? You get a negative 3. Verify with your calculator. So that means you may write this as negative 3 to the power 3, or negative 3 cubed, which is negative 27. Now let's rewrite this as we have our square root -3 cubed f to the power 15 x to the power 18. Now let's solve. We start with this. This will be -3. What is your inner? 3. What is your outer? 3. So what is 3 over 3? It's 1. So this is -3 to the power 1. So you may just write this as -3. You no longer need a bracket. Let's move to our first variable. We have f to the power 15, which is your inner. What is your outer? 3. Your answer is f. What is 15 over 3? 5. So you write your f to the power 5 here. Lastly, we have x to the power 18. What is your inner? 18. What is your outer? 3. Your answer is x. What is 18 over 3? 6. So you have x to the power 6 there. And that is how we solve square roots and cube roots and greater than exponents. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.